Oh, we are live! How are we, lads? Come on, the footy! The footy spot! Guys, subscribe to the channel. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah! The Cowboys win it! Woo! Welcome back to the YouTube channel. I am Nick from Australia. Welcome to round 14 of the 2022 NRL season. What a round of footy this is going to be. It's actually a bit of an unpredictable round because obviously with State of Origin being played tomorrow night, it's going to be quite interesting to see how many Origin players back up for their teams this weekend. So, like, for example, is Valentine Holmes, Ruben Cotter, are they going to back up for the Cowboys? Is Tony Staggs going to back up for Brisbane? Is Tedesco going to back up for the Roosters? Is Cherry Evans going to play for Manly on Sunday afternoon? It's going to be interesting to see how many Origin players do back up and who doesn't back up. But as always, welcome back to the channel. If you're new around here, make sure you go ahead and like and subscribe to the channel. It means a lot. We're getting closer and closer to that 2,000 subscriber mark. We're getting there. It's a bit of a process, but we're getting there. It's good to see the channel still growing. Even though I've had a very tough year with the floods and all that. So, but lads, this is the NRL round 14 tips for 2022. Hope you guys are all doing well. If you can like the live stream, I would really appreciate that. Hello to everybody in the live chat. I can see we got a bit of a crowd building here. Hello, Paripi, Electrical Dust, looking up on Storm fan. William Pearson's here. We've got Jason Reader in the house. Hello, Jason. Hope you're well, mate. Hello, Pro Enzo Vids. John Licky is here. Daniel Sexton's in the house. Pro Enzo Vids is there. Jack D. Panthers fans here as well. But fellas, without further ado, let's get into round 14 of the NRL, and it all kicks off on Friday night. No Thursday night football this weekend due to the Origin being played Wednesday night. So Friday night footy, just the one game. It all kicks off Friday night, 7:55 up there at Queensland Country Bank Stadium in Townsville. It is my team, the Cowboys, up against my dad's team, the Dragons. So bit of a rivalry between me and my dad, so that should be a little bit of fun. Friday night, me versus dad, always fun, always entertaining. Cowboys are favourites here at $1.20. The Dragons at $4.50. Let's have a look at the ins and outs real quick here. So for the Cowboys, they are 1-17. No changes from last week's game against the Gold Coast. Although Tom Dearden, Ruben Cotter, Valentine Holmes, Jeremiah Nanai, all in the reserves. So they're 50-50 whether they back up on Friday night for Origin. Obviously, we got a few players in Origin, so not sure who will back up and who won't. But at this stage, we got the same team as last week. As for the Dragons, Josh Maguire is back for the Dragons. He is in the reserves along with Josh Kerr and Jaden Sewer, so they may be a late inclusion for the Dragons. I guess we'll find out before kickoff. And Jaden Sullivan also returns to the bench for the Dragons for Friday night. As a Cowboys fan, I'm a little bit worried about this game. I think the Dragons are a genuine chance here. The Dragons are a bit of a they're a weird old team, the Dragons. They seem to go okay in Townsville. Last time we played them there, they beat us. And the other time we played them there, we beat them by 1 point. So the Dragons have been very competitive up there in Townsville against the Cowboys in recent times. But as a Cowboys fan, with the form they're in, with the players that may come in, that may not come in, I think this will be a tight game. I think the Cowboys will still get the job done. So I'm going to go the Cowboys by 12 on Friday night. I'm going to go the Cowboys to win 20 points to 8. So Cowboys by 12. First try scorer, I'll go with Hamaso Tabuai Fido.
And anytime try scorer, I'll go with Helam Lukey to score a try in the back row as well. But I'm going the Cowboys by 12. Cowboys will beat the Dragons by 12 on Friday night. Should be an entertaining game. Let's go to Super Saturday. 3 games on Saturday. First game's at 3 o'clock on Saturday. Up there at Seapass Super Stadium on the Gold Coast. Saturday afternoon, 3 o'clock. Gold Coast Titans versus the South Sydney Rabbitohs. Rabbitohs are favourites here at $1.35. The Gold Coast at $3.10. The Gold Coast last week were absolutely diabolical. They were tough to watch last week, the Gold Coast. I was there for the game last week against the Gold Coast. As a Cowboys fan, very happy. Couple of changes for the Gold Coast. Jaden Campbell's out with a hamstring, so AJ Brimson will go to fullback, and Paul Turner will go to 5'8". Greg Marzoo will go on to the wing, which will drop out Isan Masters and Corey Thompson, believe it or not. As for South, Josh Mansell and Shaq Mitchell are out, so that brings who's that bring in? That brings in Jackson Paulo onto the wing, and that brings Shakai Mitchell. Shakai Mitchell's out, so that'll mean Liam Knight comes in, does he? Liam Knight, he comes into the reserves as well for the Bunnies. The Gold Coast, diabolical last week. They against the Cowboys, they showed some good signs for about 20 minutes, and then after that, they got absolutely pumped. South Sydney, 2 weeks ago, they smashed the West Tigers in that second half, but they had a bye last week, South. I think Souths win this game, and I think Souths win this game very comfortable. I don't see the Gold Coast going close here. I think Souths win, and I think Souths win well. So I'm going to go the Rabbitohs to win this game by 24 points. I'm going to go the Rabbitohs 36, the Gold Coast Titans 12. So Souths to win by 24 points there. Souths 36-12. First try scorer, I'm going to go with Alex Johnson. And anytime try scorer, I'll go with Campbell Graham. Souths will beat the Gold Coast on Saturday afternoon, and Souths will win by 24 points. The next game, which is on Saturday night at 5:30 p.m. at the Sydney Cricket Ground at the SCG. It's the Sydney Roosters versus the Melbourne Storm. The Storm, they are $1.45 favourites here. The Roosters at $2.75. Now, James Tedesco and Daniel Tupou are named to start for the Roosters. They are expected to back up on from Origin, along with Lindsay Collins, who is also in the starting side for the Roosters. As for the Melbourne Storm, no Tom Eisenhuth, but the return of Nelson Solomona is very big for Melbourne as well. And Alex McDonald will be on the bench once again for the Melbourne Storm, although I'm hearing Jordan Grant could be a late inclusion for Alex McDonald, but we'll have to wait and see. This should be the game of the round, but I don't think it will be. The last couple of times they've played Roosters and Storm, they've been disappointing games. They haven't been good at all. The Roosters, diabolical last week against Canberra. Well, not diabolical. They just haven't been playing well for a couple of weeks. The Roosters are so inconsistent. As for the Storm, well, they're just doing what they got to do. They're just so good at this time of year, Mel. But even during the Origin period, they're still so dominant. They're still so lethal. They've still got Munster and Harry Grant all expected to back up from Origin, along with Kafusi. I think Melbourne win. This is not the game of the round. Everybody will say it's game of the round, but it's not the game of the round. I think the Storm win, and I think the Storm win fairly well. I'm going to go the Storm by 18 points, so Melbourne by 3 converted tries. I'm going to go with a scoreline of the Melbourne Storm 28, the Sydney Roosters 10. The Storm to win 28 points to 10. First try scorer, I'll go with Justin Olam. And anytime try scorer, I'll go with Jerome Hughes. Melbourne will beat the Roosters on Saturday night by 18 points, in my opinion. Next game. Now, this is going to be a cracker. I can't wait for this. Saturday night, 7:35 p.m. up there at Suncorp Stadium. It is the Brisbane Broncos versus the Canberra Raiders. This should be an absolute classic. The Broncos are looking for 7 in a row. The Raiders have won, I think they're on a roll, Canberra. They have got some momentum. The Raiders are playing good footy. I think they've won 4 of the last 5. I think the Raiders, they're playing some great football at the moment. I like what they're doing. I'm just going to double check that to make sure I'm correct. Canberra are in good form. Canberra have won 1, 2, 3. Yeah, Canberra have won 4 of the last 5 games. So they've got momentum. Canberra are very confident at the moment. This is going to be a great game. I think this is the game of the round. Now, Broncos, no Kurt Capewell, no Tyson Gamble. So Ezra Mann will remain at 5'8". TC Rabadi will start in the back row for Kurt Capewell, who's out due to Origin, so he will not be backing up. I have heard Brendan Piakura could come on the bench for Brisbane. As for the Green Machine, obviously no Jordan Rapana, he's out suspended, so that means James Schiller will come onto the wing for the Green Machine, and Jack White and Josh Papali expected to back up for Canberra from Origin. This is going to be a close game. I'm telling you, I reckon this will be the game of the round, and I reckon, you know what? Fuck it, I'm going to say it. In my opinion, this Broncos versus Raiders game on Saturday night, I reckon it's going to go to Golden Point. I reckon this is going to be the game of the round. I reckon it's going to be high scoring. I'm going to go the Broncos to win by 1 point in Golden Point. I'm going to go the Broncos to win 27 points to 26, courtesy of an Adam Reynolds field goal in Golden Point. I'm going Brisbane by 1. This is going to be a great game. I can't wait for it. High scoring, entertaining game, Saturday night at Suncorp Stadium. I think this will be a great game. First try scorer, I'm going to go with Selwyn Cobbo. And anytime try scorer, I'm going to go with Nick Kotrick. I'm going Brisbane by 1 in Golden Point. Adam Reynolds field goal. Can't wait for this game. Brisbane to win in the game of the round. Should be a cracker. Let's go to the next game. Sunday football, 2 p.m. at Campbelltown Sports Stadium. Man, the Tigers versus Manly. Fuck me. The Tigers have had a tough day. Michael Maguire's been sacked. He's gone. He's been given the sword. Madge is no longer the coach. Brett Kamali will be the interim coach for the rest of the season. As for the Seagulls, well, they got a nice win over the Warriors last week, although it was only the Warriors. The odds for the game here, Manly $1.40. West Tigers at $2.80. The poor old Tigers, they are a mess at the moment. Absolute mess. Kapara is out. Stefano is out. Tyrone Peachy is out. David Ofalimo comes onto the wing for the West Tigers, which is a nice inclusion. Alex Twal returns off the bench for the West Tigers as well. Tarmo Musgrove at the front row once again with Jacob Little at number 9. Jock Madden comes on the bench for Famunu Brown, which I'm surprised about because I reckon Famunu Brown's been probably one of the most, off the bench. He's been probably their best player off the bench last couple of weeks. As for Manly, Carl Lawton, Carl Lawton's he's out for the year again with an ACL, I believe, so that's a shame to see Carl Lawton ruled out. DCA's named at halfback to back up from Origin. The Cherry Evans should be right to go this weekend. And Ethan Bullymore and Tanela Paseka are both in the reserves, and they could play for Manly on Sunday afternoon. But for this game, I think Manly win, but I don't think they win by a lot. I think the Tigers they'll be up for this, the Tigers. I reckon they'll be competitive here. They've lost their coach. They've got nothing to lose now at all. They're back at home. Manly will be trying to get back-to-back wins. So I'm going to go Manly, but I'm going to go Manly by 8. I'm going to go with the scoreline of the Manly Seagulls 24, West Tigers 16. First try scorer. Let's go with Brent Naden to score the first try. Tigers to get off to a good start. So Brent Naden to score the first try. And anytime try scorer, I'll go with Jason Saab. But I reckon Manly will beat the Tigers, and I reckon Manly will beat them by 8 points on Sunday afternoon. Let's go to the other game on Sunday afternoon now, which is at McDonald Jones Stadium on Sunday afternoon at 4 p.m. It is the Newcastle Knights up against the Penrith Panthers. Newcastle versus Penrith. For some reason, the odds do not want to come up on my end, so bear with me. I'll just put them in. For some reason, they're not loading up. I believe Newcastle are very big price favorites. Bear with me, guys. For some fucking reason, my fucking laptop did not want to load up the odds. So bear with me. Apologies. I know a lot of punters want to know the odds. So let's just get to them. All right. There we go. Here we go. All right. The Penrith Panthers, they are $1.15 favourites here. Newcastle at 5 buckaroos. I don't want to be negative. I'm not going to spend too much long on this game. No Daniel Saifidi for Newcastle, so that means David Clemmer and Jacob Saifidi will be the starting side. Barnett to lock, Fitzgibbon the back row, Matt Croker and Leo Thompson back to the bench for the Newcastle Knights. And as for the Penrith Panthers, they are back to full strength. Everybody is named to play. Everyone should back up from Origin. With all due respect, I think Penrith win, and I think Penrith win by a lot. I'm going to go Penrith by 44 points. I'm going to go the Panthers to win, 46 points to 4. Penrith by 40. Panthers 46. Newcastle Knights 4. First try scorer. Let's go Nathan Cleary. Anytime try scorer. I'll go Dylan Edwards. Panthers will destroy Newcastle by 40. It will not even be close. Penrith by 40 on Sunday afternoon. All right. Now let's go to Sunday night football because it's a long weekend. Sunday night at 6:15 p.m. at Moreton Daily Stadium at Redcliffe. It's the New Zealand Warriors versus the Cronulla Sutherland Sharks. And the poor old Warriors, a bit like the West Tigers, they've lost their coach. Nathan Brown has now stepped down. He's not committed to going to New Zealand, so he's now stood down. So the Warriors have got no coach. I think Stacey Jones is going to be the interim coach for the weekend or maybe the rest of the year. Who knows? Sharks, $1.20 favourites the Sharks. Warriors at $4.50. Let's have a look at the ins and outs here. So that Otu Kualu kid is out. So Josh Curran returns for the Warriors on the bench as well. Jesse Arthurs is in the reserves along with Eli Katoa, along with Aaron Penne as well. As for the Sharks, Jesse Ramian is back in the centres. Connor Tracy will shift back to the reserves. And Wade Graham's also in the reserves. He's 50-50, whether he'll play on Sunday night as well. Last time they played, the Warriors couldn't even score against the Sharks, who had 11 men on the field at some point, and even 12 men on the field. So, have the Warriors gotten better since that game against the Sharks a few weeks ago? No, they have not. So, the Sharks, for mine, they'll win this game and they'll win it well. The Warriors, obviously, they've got nothing to lose now, a bit like the Tigers. But I think the Sharks win this, and I think the Sharks win it well. So, I'm going to go Cronulla by 20. Let's go the Sharks 30, the Warriors 10. First try score, I'm going to go with Big C for Talakai. The bloke's due for a try. Let's go Talakai first try scorer. And Teague Wilton to score any time as well. Sharks to win, 30-10. Sharks will be too good for the Warriors on Sunday night. And the final game of the round, Monday afternoon football, Queen's birthday at Stadium Australia. It is the second biggest rivalry in NRL, in rugby league today. It is the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs versus the Parramatta Eels. There is absolutely no love lost between these two sides. Both these teams hate each other's guts. They can't stand each other. I can tell you for a fact, I was at Belmore for Bulldogs and Dragons, and we were in line, and there was Bulldogs fans in front of me making fun of Eel supporters. There were fucking Bulldogs fans saying, haha, if Parramatta fans were here, they're not going to walk out of here laughing. They're going to get told to get fucked and all this. So, Bulldogs and Eels fans do not like each other one bit, and I am very close friends with a lot of Parramatta fans, and they can't stand the Dogs. So expect this to be another very fiery encounter on Monday afternoon. Parramatta, obviously, short price favourites here, $1.15. Bulldogs at $5.50. Again, Bulldogs, they've got no coach, nothing to lose here. The Bulldogs will be up for this, though. They will be up for it. Matt Duffy and Pangai Jr. are in the reserves for the Bulldogs. So Pangai Jr. jersey 23, Duffy jersey number 19. Jake Averillo will play at fullback once again. Isaac Lumi, he is also named in the reserves for the Dogs. As for Parramatta, the return of Sevo. Marcus Sevo returns for Parramatta on the wing. Massive inclusion right there. Parramatta's backline looks so good this weekend. It's probably the strongest backline I've named all year. Bryce Cartwright's also a chance, but he's in the reserves. I'm a little bit disappointed that he's not on the bench. I would have had him over Oregon Kaufusi, but that's just me. Parramatta the Origin players are expected to back up as well on Monday afternoon. I can't wait for this. The second biggest rivalry in rugby league, Canterbury versus Parramatta. Can't wait for it. I believe Parramatta win. I reckon they'll win as well, but I don't reckon they'll win by a huge margin. I do reckon they'll win 13 plus, but I'm going to go Parramatta by 16. Let's go with a scoreline of Parramatta 22, Canterbury Bankstown 8. So Eels to win 22 points to 8. Let's go with that. Why not? Oh no, that's 14, isn't it? Hang on, what the fuck? I can't even get my maths right here. Parramatta by 16. Let's go Parramatta 22 to 6. Sorry. Fuck me, Dad. Parramatta to win 22 points to 6. I'm going to go first try scorer Micah Sevo. And you know what? Fuck it. Sevo will get a hat trick. Sevo hat trick on Monday. Eels to win 22 points to 6. Now, I'll go through my tips real quick in case you missed it. And I'll give you my specials of the weekend. I'll give you my absolute specials of the weekend, lads. So you guys know if you want to win some money, I'll give you a great tip for the weekend. All right, here we go. Cowboys to beat the Dragons 1-12. Rabbitohs to beat the Gold Coast 13 plus. Storm to beat the Roosters 13 plus. Brisbane to beat Canberra 1-12. Manly to beat the Tigers 1-12. Penrith to beat Newcastle 30 plus. Sharks to beat the Warriors 16 plus. And Parramatta to beat the Bulldogs by 13 plus. My specials of the weekend. All right, here we go. This is what I'm going with. Off the top of my head, trying to load up Sportsbet here so I can give you guys my tip of the weekend. Lads, this is my specials of the weekend. Cowboys to beat the Dragons head-to-head. Souths to beat the Gold Coast by a margin of 13 plus. Brisbane to beat Canberra 1-12. We're going to go Penrith to beat Newcastle by a margin of 13 plus. And we're also going to go with the Eels to beat the Bulldogs by a margin of head-to-head. So, guys, this is paying $18. If you're a gambling man like me, if you got to spare $10, get on this multi now. Cowboys head-to-head. South Sydney Rabbitohs 13 plus. Brisbane Broncos 1-12. Penrith Panthers 13 plus. And the Parramatta Eels head-to-head. That is my specials of the weekend. That is paying $18.28. If you want to know my specials of the weekend for my tips, well, my specials of the weekend, fellas, I believe Brisbane over Canberra 1-12. Brisbane are my specials of the weekend. Brisbane will win 1-12. My specials of the weekend. But anyway, guys, that concludes my tips for round 14 of the 2022 NRL season. If you guys enjoyed my round 14 tips, make sure you go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It means a lot if you can subscribe. It really does. It doesn't cost you nothing. You're just going to press subscribe, and the subscriber count goes up for the channel, and it's good for the channel, and everyone is happy. But anyway, guys, I'm getting out of here. I hope you all have a fantastic Tuesday night, and I'll see you guys tomorrow night for my State of Origin live review. Once Origin 1 is over, I'll be live on YouTube for the State of Origin Game 1 review. And anyway, guys, until then, take care of yourselves. Have a good night. Like and subscribe. And go the Cowboys.